What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Arrival Entertainment, and today we are going to be talking about Disney's newest live-action update of a classic Disney property, The Jungle Cruise. The Jungle Cruise stars Emily Blunt and Dwayne Johnson, and it tells the story of this doctor, played by Emily Blunt, who recruits this skipper, played by Dwayne Johnson, to take her on a trip through the Amazon in search of this magical tree that has healing powers, essentially. And she thinks it could be the answer to all the world's medicine. Quick little thing about myself, I've actually never been to Disney World. I do want to go eventually, but I've never gone, so obviously I've never been on the Jungle Cruise ride. I've never even seen videos of the Jungle Cruise ride. I just know it's a very popular Disney attraction, and it didn't really shock me all that much that Disney decided to do a live-action movie based on this Disney ride because, like I said, it's probably their most famous attraction they have. So it didn't surprise me when I saw the trailers that this was going to be Disney's newest attempt to try to take a classic property that they own and turn it into a film franchise, very similar to like what they did with Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean was very successful, so of course, why not try it again with another Disney ride attraction? I'm also a big fan of Emily Blunt and Dwayne Johnson. I know Dwayne Johnson gets a lot of flack because he's appearing in all these big movies, a lot of family-friendly movies, and, you know, everyone kind of rolls their eyes when they see Dwayne Johnson, but I get excited whenever I see Dwayne Johnson. I think he's a very likable guy, and he's a pretty good actor. I actually like him as an actor. And I'm sure throughout the movie there's Easter eggs that tie into the Jungle Cruise ride, and I'm not gonna focus on that because obviously I haven't been on the ride. I'm just gonna focus on the movie itself. And how is the Jungle Cruise? It's fine. Yeah. It's fine. This movie isn't going to be the next big adventure film that I'm sure Disney was hoping for, but with that being said, there are some entertaining aspects in this movie, and this isn't a bad movie. Like, I know there's a lot more people hating on this movie just because it's copying what Pirates of the Caribbean did, or Disney's copying what Pirates of the Caribbean did, but I'm being realistic here. This movie had some good aspects in it, and a lot of fun aspects in it. It's just not that big and epic that, like I said, Disney was probably hoping for. Like I mentioned earlier, I am a fan of Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt, and they are really good in the movie. They have a lot of good chemistry together. They're back and forth, they're bickering, they're trying to one-up each other throughout the movie. I thought was pretty fun and pretty entertaining. Emily Blunt's brother in the movie, however, I didn't really like this character. I thought he was very annoying. They really tried to make him the comic relief. And I just said to myself, why are you making this guy the comic relief? And why are you doing it in this way? You have Dwayne Johnson in your movie, and Dwayne Johnson's a very funny guy. He cracks a lot of jokes in the movie. A lot of stupid puns, which I enjoyed. But they made this guy a prissy bitch throughout the movie, and it just got annoying after a while. And they're really hammering over your head that this guy's the comic relief, and I'm just saying to myself, no, he's not. Dwayne Johnson, to me, was the comic relief because he was actually funny and way more likable than this guy was. He got a little better towards the end of the movie when he stopped being a prissy bitch, but by that point I just didn't care about him. I honestly wouldn't cared if he died in the movie. Nothing against the actor. I'm sure the actor's a nice guy in real life, and his performance is good in the movie. I just didn't like his character. Adding on to that also is the human villain played by Jesse Plemons. This was not a good villain. This is your typical cookie cutter, bland, forgettable human villain that we've seen so many times, and he wasn't interesting. Jesse Plemons was fine as this character, like his performance was fine. It's just not, it wasn't anything spectacular, and in fact it was kind of eye-rolling whenever he came on screen. I wasn't interested in what he was doing. Without getting into spoilers, there's other villains in the movie that Dwayne Johnson kind of gives us like backstory on these characters that I was way more interested in. I really thought these guys should have been the villain. I don't know why we needed a human villain in this movie. It just didn't work. Every time he was on screen, I just said to myself, just get back to the Jungle Cruise. That's what we want to see. I didn't care about what you were doing in this movie, and he didn't work as the villain. But setting that aside, how's the action in this movie? Because this is an adventure film, of course we're going to have some fights and some action, and it's good. It's well handled. It's fun. However, I know this film's PG-13, and I know it's made by Disney, but I wish the action didn't come off as family friendly, if that makes any sense. Again, I know it's Disney, they're a family friendly image, but at the same time, you're PG-13. You can show a little bit more grit to your action in this movie. The action just kind of came off cartoony a little bit at times, though it was entertaining. I'm not gonna lie, it was entertaining and fun to watch, but there's a side of me that was just hoping they would have gone a little bit more for it. There are some shocking, I guess is the best word I want to say, shocking parts to the action, particularly something that happens with Dwayne Johnson that I thought, oh, okay, that's a little better. But then something else happens, and I'm not going to get into because of spoilers, and I was like, oh, right, okay. Family friendly. Yeah, right. Okay, whatever. I just wish Disney wouldn't be so afraid to take a couple more risks with their action adventure films, especially when it's rated PG-13. You can do more grit with your action, like I said. You can show some blood too. You can show a little bit of blood here and there. It's not gonna offend kids or anything like that. It didn't offend me when I was a kid, and I saw some pretty gruesome stuff when I was a kid. So I just wish Disney would just take a little bit more risks. The effects were pretty good. The movie does have a lot of fun sequences. Overall, The Jungle Cruise is a fine adventure film. You know, families can go to this and parents won't get offended by anything. Kids won't get traumatized by anything because, like I said, Disney didn't take that much risks. But besides that, families can go and see this movie and they'll be perfectly fine. This movie's not terrible. It's not bad. It's not great. It's fine. And sometimes fine is okay. You know, I don't think anyone was expecting this movie to be amazing or be the next Pirates of the Caribbean or the next adventure classic or anything like that. I think most people just wanted to be entertained by this movie. And the movie, it does that. It's a bit disposable, but again, I don't think anyone was expecting this to be great or anything. I don't know. There's not really much more I can add. The movie, it did its thing. It was fun. It was enjoyable. Pretty disposable. I do want to see the film again. But yeah, there's not really much more I can add. If this sounds like a movie that you'd want to see, you want to take your family to, then yeah, go see The Jungle Cruise. If you're not in a hurry to see this movie, however, then I'd say this is worth checking out at the Redbox. If you're not in a hurry to go to the theater or to see it on Disney Plus, then you're not going to miss anything big or epic or spectacular. So yeah, that's all I got to offer. So guys, that's my review for The Jungle Cruise. Let me know as always in the comment section what you thought of this movie, and if you were a big fan of this movie, are you hoping this movie would turn into a franchise? Whatever your thoughts on everything is, let me know, of course, down in the comment section. And just like always, guys, thank you again so much for watching. I plan on seeing The Green Knight very soon, and then The Suicide Squad. I'm really excited to check out that movie, so look forward for videos for that coming very soon. Again, thank you as always for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to like and share it. Subscribe right here if you haven't already. And until next time, guys, take care.